Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we understand with great difficulty and the divine blessings exactly the whole drama that the world is, that the life is, then meditation, spiritual life is a byproduct of our effortless living style. Only the foundations, the fundamentals should be clear. So I'll give you some little example to make these fundamentals clear, and then we enter what is the concluding topic of this 15th chapter of Gita. We have seen up to this point what is the world, and we have seen who is the individual jiva. We have also seen how the Lord expresses in this world, starting from the sun up to in our heart. And then we are told that Dvau Vimau Purushau Loke Ksharascha Kshara Evacha Ksharas Sarvani Bhutani Kutasto Kshara Uchate. That the same Purusha, the same reality is expressing, manifesting both as the object and the subject. The subject is constantly the same and the object is constantly changing. So to come to this point with clear understanding, let us take one example. We have seen that the ocean is made of waters. Ocean is not made of stones or the trees. Now, what is an ocean? See, so the water plus its own potentiality to express in the form of the totality as the ocean together constitute the ocean. See, if we put all the stones together, it doesn't become an ocean. But when we put all the waters together, it becomes an ocean. And after the water is expressing as ocean the totality, now the second point. This potentiality of this water to express as ocean and the waves, where will it act? The burning power of the fire, to whom will it burn? It will burn everything except the fire. Fire doesn't burn itself. The fire will burn something which is other than the fire. In the same manner, this potentiality of the water to express as ocean and the waves, because of this, number one, the water never gets drowned in the ocean, nor the water is broken when the waves break. First point. Second point. In the water, other than the water, there is nothing. Therefore, this potentiality will act on whom? It will act only on the water. But how will be that activity, the influence of this potentiality? It will as if acting, but in reality nothing is happening. See? So when the water is expressing as ocean, the ocean has a different expression than mere water, is it not? Get this point. So this ocean, which is nothing but the water, has a different potentiality, a different expression. And it will create, floods and everything everywhere. But it cannot touch the water. In the same manner, Come now to this Purusha and the Prakriti. This absolute reality with its own potentiality is now expressing as a conditioned absolute reality. See? Conditioned absolute reality. Now what will be the conditioned absolute reality? Conditioned absolute reality is the creator and the created. See? So, the one absolute conscious blissful existence plus its own potentiality together becomes the creator of this world. See, only man cannot produce children, only woman cannot produce children. When they together come, then the samsara begins. In the same manner, only electricity doesn't have light, only bulb doesn't have light. When they come together, then there is light. In the same manner, absolute reality plus its own potentiality, when they come together, then the relative world of creation is born. See. Therefore, it is one reality referred here as Purusha. This Purusha alone is expressing as the world which is constantly changing, and the same Purusha alone is expressing as the substratum of this world as well as the experiencer of this world which is not changing at all. So there are two principles. One is the changing principle, second is the steady principle. Now see, ocean changes. High tide, low tide. But the water doesn't change. Waves change. They are born, they grow on their way, they consume a lot of other waves, and one day the waves die. But this biography of the wave is not influencing the water. So both the principles are seen. The principle of change which is seen in the ocean and the wave, and the principle of no change which is supporting the ocean and the wave, namely the water, they coexist. And in this coexistence, in case of the ocean and the water, there is a relationship of cause and effect. But from the water's point of view, there is neither a cause nor an effect. See this trick. In the same manner, absolute conscious blissful existence plus its own potentiality together are expressing this world of multiplicity. So it is one reality alone. Now the next step. Can the fire exist without expressing the heat? And can the heat exist without the fire? Two questions. Question number one. The fire can exist without expressing the heat principle. And this is how the wood contains the fire, but the burning power, the heat, is unmanifest. Therefore, fire with the unmanifest potentiality of the heat is supporting the forms. But when the same fire invokes its own potentiality of burning, then the same name and the form which was supported by the fire is reduced to the ashes. See, in the same manner, take another example. Let us take the consciousness and its own potentiality, the Maya. So when this potentiality is unmanifest, is not invoked, there is absolute one without a second experience. And when the same potentiality is invoked, that one absolute reality takes the position of the creator, created. And what is created? Created is also two, the world and the individuals. See, It is something like that. Take one more example. A child, a boy or a girl is born. In them, the potentiality of reproduction is inherent and unmanifest. When the child slowly starts growing, this dormant, unmanifest, reproductive potentiality starts becoming manifest. And when it becomes manifest, now that child is no more a child, that girl is no more a girl, now she or he wants to exercise, and they come under the influence of that potentiality, and thereafter the samsara, the world is born. In the same manner, the absolute reality, without the expression of the inherent potentiality, there is no world. See? The absolute man with the inherent potentiality unmanifest does not become a father. The same person, when the potentialities become manifest and he comes under the influence of that potentiality of reproduction, he cannot keep quiet, he has to get married and father the next generation. See? So the father and the man, are they two? It is a man plus his reproductive potentiality is called as father. See, friends. Therefore, when it is said that Dvau imo purusho loke ksharascha evacha, this one absolute reality alone becomes the world and also becomes the experiencer of this world. And therefore, the truth is, the absolute reality is immanent in and through the world. At the same time, it is transcendental to the world. Two things. Water is immanent in and through all the oceans and the waves. And yet, the water is transcendental to the ocean and the waves. Ocean and the waves cannot exist without water. Water can exist without expressing as ocean or the wave. See, friends, and therefore the important factor is this Purusha, the absolute reality, and inherent potentiality is dependent on that Purusha, that reality. See? And when the potentiality becomes manifest, then we recognize the reality. Take for example, once I went somewhere and probably in Andhra Pradesh. So when I went, there was a huge crowd of Rotary Club. About 7 to 8,000 people had come. I was supposed to give a talk. Happiness is a creative force. That was the topic I was supposed to talk. So when I went there, so many people looking at me from a distance, because not knowing, so many people come and go, and there everybody was, officially dressed like the Britisher, because they have come for the conference in that heat with the necktie. And I was with my all usual dress, wooden sandal, a lungi and a shirt. So before them, I was just And then I was taken on the stage. And then now Swamiji has come, he will address us on such and such topic. So when they said, at least 30% of the people, before I could start my talk, started walking out of the pandal. Who wants to listen to this Swami? And then I started my talk. At the moment I started my talk, in 5 minutes again they came back and a pin drop silence, full of joy, cheer, and after the lecture was over, the whole crowd will come. Swamiji, we want to take a photo with you. Now be very attentive. What has happened? Purusha, his potentiality of speech, when it was not manifest, who cares? Not even recognize. Absolute reality. When the potentiality in the form of the creation, the experiences, joy and sorrows, when that is not manifest, who thinks of God? I don't believe in God. Even to say this statement, we require His strength. See, friends, and when they heard and they came, now to whom they were respecting? To me? No, to my potentiality. I was always there. See, friends, it is because of this. In our scriptures it is said that we have to begin recognizing something higher than us. Then we get into the spiritual path in the right manner. And when we recognize something higher than us, that recognition is called as devotion. Devotion is not going and begging before the Lord. Oh Lord, I want the following things. Kindly make note of on your iPod. And thereafter supply me the whole lot. That is not devotion. See, that is investment. It is not devotion. Devotion is recognition of some higher power in our life. And when we want to recognize this, keep the eyes open and look at the world. Then we come to know our position in this world is so insignificant. When we thank to the Lord, He even doesn't say okay. Our condition with the Lord's creation is like what you know. There was an elephant in Africa. He was crossing the river. And on the tail and hair of the tail of the elephant, there was one small mosquito seated. And when the elephant has crossed the river, went the other side, the mosquito flew, came to the ear of the elephant and said, "Thank you very much that you gave me a lift." Elephant looked at him. "I don't even recognize your presence." See, friends, in this cosmos, what are we? See, friends, one more example I will give you, then the point becomes deep and clear. One of my friend, I don't know if I told you this point, from Hong Kong, NRI, shifted to India. He came to Pune. And then he had a very nice bungalow, very well, made, and he took me for inauguration. So when I went there, you can't even move in that house. Do like this thing, Liberty is standing. Do like this thing, then that Eiffel Tower is standing. So you are walking in that house with great care, lest something may fall and break. Then I asked him, I said, "Hey, you wanted to take me to your home, why did you bring me to a museum?" "Swamiji, this is not museum, this is my house." I said, oh, I'm so sorry. "No, please tell me where to sit." See? Then he said, "Swamiji, can you believe how much this will cost?" I said, "I don't know, I have never built a house, what do I know? For me, everything is free." It costed me some 10 million US dollars. Oh, again I had to look 10 million. And I can act dumb very well. So I asked him, "Hey, what is that round? Swamiji, there is called as globe." "What is a globe?" "You don't know globe? Come, I'll explain you." I went to the globe and he explained it. This is how earth is. And the transparent portion is the water and the colored one is the different land. I said, "Hey, then our India is here?" "Of course." He showed this India. I said, "My God, then in this India, do we have your town Pune?" "Yes, it is here." "So in this Pune town, do you have this road on which your house is situated?" Do the Google GPS. "And on that road, the house, and in that house, your drawing room, and in that drawing room, you and me standing in the total cosmos. Where are we? See, friends, Roman Empire has come and gone. Greek civilization has come and gone. And we feel we are in this world to save the world. All the saviors have come and they were shaved off. The world continues to be as it is. It is a gala, mega, divine fire play going on. See, friends, and in this there is nothing that is happening. Only it is an appearance as if something is happening. When tsunamis and Katrinas come, is really anything happening? Nothing. So many times, so many volcanoes have erupted. Therefore, the whole world is nothing but this absolute reality, and both in and through the total world and yet beyond the world. Therefore, here the teacher says that Kshara sarvani bhutani kutasto kshara uchyate. So these two principles, principle of change is the Kshara Purusha, and the principle of no change is the Akshara, the embodied. Now the third principle the teacher says, Uttama Purusha Svanyaha Paramatmetyudarutaha Yo Lokatrayamavishya Vibhartavyaya Ishvaraha. Now these two principles are expressing in this world in the following manner. One is the world where all experiences are happening. Second, the one who is going through the experiences, you and me. These two things are controlled by the third agency called as Ishvara, the God, the Creator. See? So this whole world is like what? You are from Australia, so you know what is cricket. When I go to USA, they are very dumb. They don't know cricket, And the joy of cricket they can never understand. So, in a cricket match, we have got no varieties. Earlier it used to be only 5 days, test match. Now we have got 20-20 and all kinds of matches. So there are 3 parties on the ground. One is the batting, second is the fielding, and third is the umpires. All the 3 of them have to simultaneously be present on the ground. Suppose one team, let us take the batting team, when they see that the fielding team bowlers are very powerful, so out of fear they give the walkover. We accept our defeat without playing. If one party has left, will the other team remain on the ground? For what? When both the teams have gone, will the umpire stay on the ground? In the same manner, the world meant for the jiva, the souls, between the two, the controller is the Ishvara. So when the jiva, the I, when the I, the jiva, surrenders to the Ishvara and disappears. So when one party disappears, the other has no existence. See, friends. Therefore, here the teacher says, Uttamaha Purushaha tu Anya Paramatma iti Udarutaha. So in Sanskrit grammar, the first person singular is called as Uttam Purush. The third person singular is called as the Pratham Purush. And the second person is called as the Madhyam Purush. So in English it is first person, I am talking, I is first person. I am talking to you, you are the second person. I am talking about Bhagwan Krishna is the third person. This is our first, second and third. Now be very attentive. If there is no first person singular, can the second person and third person exist? See? When I is there, then only you and he, she, they remain. And still further, fun. He is third person singular. What is the plural? They. They are also third person plural. So third person singular, when you make it plural, it continues to be third person plural. Second person is thou, single. Second person singular is thou. And second person plural is you. So that continues to be the second person. Now come to the first person, I. First person singular. What is the plural of I? We. We includes both the second person and the third person. Therefore, the first person singular never has a plural, because it includes everything. This Uttama Purusha. See? Uttama Purushaha tu Anyaha. The self is totally different from the relative I or he or she. And Lokatrayama Vishya Vibharti Avyaya. So this I does not have a gender. See? I can be said by a man, by a woman, by young, by old. He cannot be addressed to the woman. She cannot be addressed to the man. See, friends. Therefore, this I is never plural. It is one without a second. The same I is expanding as you and he, she, it, they. And therefore, this I is avyaya, is never reduced. It is ever the same. And that is why none of us have any experience that we are born, we are growing and we die. Our experience of our own existence is ever the same. Look within. We have never experienced that we are growing. See, try your best. For the first time, when a child addresses a man or a woman, uncle, what is the time, please? That time this man starts shaking. The woman starts shaking. You call me auntie. Don't call me auntie. Call me Rebecca. See? Nobody wants to accept. It is not their fault, because we are not growing. The body is growing. So this Uttama Purusha, this supreme reality, is the one which is controlling the total field of experience. See, friends, this has to be recognized, and therefore in the 18th verse the teacher says, Yasmat ksharamati toham aksharadapi chottamaha atosmi loke vedecha prathitaha purushottamaha. Yasmat, because I support all the changes, and with the conditioning I become as if conditioned, but in reality I never suffer any conditioning. See, the water says, I express as the wave and the ocean. Therefore, ocean takes the position of the cause, wave takes the position of the effect. They are related to each other. But as regard I am concerned, I am neither the cause nor the effect. Because when we say ocean and wave, we are touching the waters and we call it as the ocean. When we are surfing on the waves, we call it as a wave, but we are surfing on the waters. So the same water is labeled two different ways. One time the same water is called as the ocean, the other time the same water is called as the wave. Like the man is called as the son with the conditioning of his father. The same man is called as the father with the conditioning of his son. So what is the reality? The son and the father, they are not real. The man is the reality. And who is suffering? The man doesn't suffer. It is the son and the father. They are suffering. In the same manner, when we are living in this world, we suffer as Mr. Somebody. Remain as Mr. Nobody. You will never suffer in life. See, friends, all the spiritual practice is to discard all the speciality status and dissolve to the most common substratum. Ocean has the arrogance, waves have the humility, water is beyond that. See, friends, therefore, this Purushottama, the Supreme Reality, Kshara and Akshara Atitaha Aham, and therefore, Loke Vedecha, in the world as well as in the scriptures, I am referred as Purushottama. Purushottama, a simple translation will be best among men. The technical translation will be the one which is expressing through the body, therefore Purusha, as I, and yet not suffering the limitations of the body. See, friends, every one of us have a choice. Either we live as body or we live through the body. When we are chosen to live as the body, we have to accept all the limitations of the body. That I am young, I am old, I am healthy, I am unhealthy, I am fat, I am thin. These are the limitations of the body. See, friends. And if we are chosen, no, I am individual soul in this body, I have done sin, I have done merit, then what? Then you go on taking birth after birth. It is your choice. Or ultimately, you come to discover that you are expressing not only through one body, but through all the bodies. The quality of our experience will be completely different. See, friends. Therefore, Yasmat Ksharamati Aksharaadapi Chottamaha Atosmi Loke Vedecha Prathitaha Purushottamaha. And next verse the teacher says, Yo Mamevam Sammudho Janati Purushottamam Sa Sarvavid Bhajati Mam Sarvabhavena Bharata. Yo Mam Evam Asammudhaha. Asammudhaha means the one who has a clear knowledge, understanding and experience. Three things. Unless we have a knowledge, we cannot have understanding. Unless we have understanding, we cannot have the experience. See? So this chapter is meant only for these three things. What we do not know, we hear. Shravanam. When we hear, there are hundreds of doubts. To remove the doubts, we reflect. When we reflect, the knowledge is or the information is converted into understanding or conviction. Then the third stage, I am convinced that this body I cannot be, because the body is not created by me, nor the body listens to me. I am convinced. But my experience is I am the same body. What do I do? Now work on that. See, friends, it is not difficult. Only thing what is required is our commitment. And when we are committed, then we come to discover Yo Mam Evam Asammudaha Janati. See, friends, it is so simple. The dream experience and the deep sleep experience and the waking experience. I make one statement. Now find out who makes this statement. I had a good sleep, but I had some bad dreams also. Who can make this statement? Can the waker make this statement? Waker cannot make, because he did not dream. Dream was experienced by the dreamer. The waker did not sleep. The deep sleeper was sleeping. Then who makes this statement? I had a good sleep and I had sometimes bad dreams. Who makes this statement? This statement is made by the one who was present in and through waking, dream and deep sleep experiences. And how was he? In the waking experience, he is talking without becoming a waker. In the dream experiences, he illumined the dream experience without becoming a dreamer. And in the deep sleep, he illumined all the absence without himself remaining absent. That truth is the Purushottama, the supreme reality. Now here, where is a place for sin and merit, or Hindu and Christian and Muslim, and rich and poor, and the last life, this life and the next life, going to hell and heaven, and the sin and the merit? These are KG1, KG2, KG3 classes. That's all. See, friends, don't we frighten the children if they don't listen to us? If you don't sleep, I remember one girl, small one, now she is a mother. Many years before, we went to Badrinath. Whole journey, she was sleeping with me. Like, monkey's baby holds on, so she was sleeping with me like this. Day, complete day, 8-9 hours. When we reached there, she was fresh and we were all tired. So we wanted to sleep. There was a big hall like this. I was sleeping in the corner. Next to me, that girl was sleeping, then her father, then her mother, and then 3, 4, like 7, 8 people sleeping in a big way on the beds. So she was telling her mom, dad, Mommy, tell me some story, because she was fresh, no sleep. And everybody was tired. So the best way is, you ask Swamiji. He knows many stories, I don't know. See, we are used by the people. He said, okay, Swamiji, please tell me a story. I said, look here. Now there is darkness everywhere. There is no electricity. If you talk, a ghost will come. Better shut your mouth and sleep. Oh, Swamiji, don't worry. If the ghost comes, I'll talk to him. Now tell me, a person who is not frightened of ghosts, what will you do with that child? In the same manner, if we are frightened, if you do this, you will go to hell. See, friends, one person told me, he became angry with me, and he told, you will go to hell. So I said, okay, I'll go to hell. What about you? Of course, I'll go to heaven. I said, if you are going to heaven, I don't want to come there. You will eat my head there also. Better I go to hell. Friends, going to hell and heaven is a baby talk. See, friends, nobody has either seen the hell or the heaven. One person came and asked me this. Swamiji, please save me, save me. I was keeping quiet. You don't know every kind of sin I have done. I have killed, I have looted, I have cheated and what not. Now I have become old, I don't want to go to hell. Oh, Swamiji, please save me, and came and caught hold of my feet. I said, my dear friend, I promise and guarantee you will not go to hell, at least relieve me. He relieved. With so many sins, I will not go to hell. I said, no, you will not go to hell. How come? I said, where are you now? Is this the life wherein we are not proud of our own existence, leading life in depression, frustration, regrets, fear. Is that life? See, friends, heaven is living a totally free life, not of indulgence, but freedom. There are no regrets, there is no guilt, there is no fear. Three things. That mind which does not carry the load of the regrets, guilt and the fear, that experience is called as the experience of heaven. Heaven is not a place to be reached by a flight. Heaven is an experience to be lived now and here. And that can come only when we have discovered this reality. See, friends, therefore, yo mam evam asammudaha janati purushottamam. In this manner, he who comes to discover that he is essentially divine. We are not the children of sin. See, friends, both the health and the disease is supported by that reality which is beyond health and disease. The sin and merit both are supported by the same reality because the reality is beyond sin and merit. That reality which supports both the life and the death, and therefore it is beyond the life and death. See, in this manner, he who comes to discover his essential nature to be absolute. See, and we have the glimpses of this experience, every one of us, when we are snoring away, when we are in a sound sleep. You know the meaning of sound sleep? Sound we distribute. That time we are neither man nor woman, neither in Australia nor in India, neither rich nor poor, neither healthy nor unhealthy. That time we are Mr. Nobody, and that Mr. Nobody is Purushottama, the supreme reality. See, friends, only it is an error of judgment because of which we are suffering in life. Simply change the focal length. When we change the focal length, our perceptions change. Like, those who get cataract, they start seeing everything hazy. I don't know why these people are not cleaning the things, I don't know why everything is so hazy, unclear. Then we go to the eye doctor, and what the eye doctor does? He only removes the curtain. The moment the curtain is removed, again the vision is restored. In the same manner, there is a thick, not a curtain on our knowledge, but there is a tarpaulin, thick, which will not just move like that. It requires a lot of strength and effort. Therefore, friends, all the spiritual practices only come to recognize your own divine nature. Iha ched avedita atha satyamasti, na ched iha avedita mahati vinashti, bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha pretyasmat lokad amrita bhavanti. Kenopanishad says that in this very life, now, here, in this very place, in this very moment, if we come to discover our divine nature, our life is fulfilled. Thereafter, whatever is remaining is a bonus. Nobody saves or invests bonus. Bonus is enjoyed. Life becomes a celebration thereafter. Now our life is a calibration. I got so much money. Throw it away. See, friends, the truth is never known there and then. The truth is known here and now. And see the beauty. Do we have an opportunity or a chance or a freedom or option to live yesterday or tomorrow? Do we have a freedom to live there and not here? We always live here. We always live now. Therefore, when we always live here and now, we are one with the divine. Instead of that, we are constantly running in time, space and objects and then searching for the Lord. Therefore, yo mam evam asammudaha janati purushottamam. See, friends, do not give any value and importance to whatever you experience. It is just a drama going on. See, it is so simple. These impressions on the mind, they create dreams. The interaction with the gross world creates the waking experience. Their absence creates the deep sleep experience. In and through all the three kinds of experiences, there is one common denominator which is never absent. The waker is absent in the dream and the deep sleep. The dreamer is absent in the waking and the deep sleep. The deep sleeper is absent in the waking and the dream. But there is one factor which is supporting the dream and the dreamer, but never gets influenced by the dream or the dreamer. Supporting the waking and the waker, but never influenced by them. Supporting the deep sleeper and the absence, but is never absent. This eternal presence illuminating every experience, but not getting influenced by any experience. That is the ultimate reality. And this is our day-to-day experience, friends. Only we have to become little aware. Like our eyes are not influenced by what is seen. I see here a white color, then I see a green color, then I see a blue color, then I see a red color. So all these colors are illuminated by the eyes in a fraction of moment. Eyes are not influenced by them. See? Similarly, all the sense organs, so also the mind. Sometimes the mind has got divine thoughts, sometimes the mind has got devilish thoughts, sometimes the mind has got the positive thoughts, sometimes the mind has got a negative thoughts. None of the quality of the thoughts ever touch the mind, because mind is supporting everything. Support is never influenced by the supported. The illuminator is never influenced by what is illumined. This light from the bulb. Whether there is a discourse here, the light doesn't become holy, or it is a disco here, the light doesn't become unholy, or none of us are present here, the light doesn't become lonely, because it is merely an illuminator. In the same manner, the conscious existence illuminating the waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. These are four like the clouds. They come in the sky, dance for some time, and where do they go? In the same manner, in the conscious space, the clouds of waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, they come and go. but this conscious space remains untouched by their presence or absence. This is what is yo mamevam sammudaha janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. Now the next step. Will the eyes fight with what is seen by the eyes? No. Eyes only illuminate. Will the ears fight with the sounds which are illuminated? No. Will the artist fight with his own picture that is drawn? No. Will a sculptor fight with his own creation? No. In the same manner, the one who is established in this absolute reality, for him there is no discord. He is at home with everyone, in every place, all times. Like we are at home with ourselves. Suppose I have to do like this. Will I go and take permission from my beard? Miss Beard, will you excuse me? I want to play with you. No, not now, after the lecture. No. No. When I had to scratch, so will my cheek go and request the hand, will you please help me? I am getting a scratchy sensation. Will you come and scratch a little bit? Okay, never mind. Thank you, darling. Although the relationship of duality is practiced, yet there is no sense of otherness. See, friends. So for practicing our life, yes, somebody is man, somebody is woman, somebody is young, somebody is old. There is all going on. But that doesn't mean the perception of the multiplicity will lead to differentiation on account of the differences. See, friends. Therefore, sa sarvavid, he has a complete knowledge. Bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Then such a person lives in this world cheerfully and happily, spreading this joy everywhere. Sarva bhavena. Physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, he is ready to serve the whole world. See, friends. He doesn't have to struggle. It becomes his second nature. Because he is at home with everyone. See, sarva bhavena bharata. Ultimately, the teacher says, iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etat buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Iti, thus concluding, guhyatamam shastram. Now here there are some technical points. I'll explain, be very attentive. Our life is lived at three levels. One is our life as we are living now. That is called as, let us take, the infinitive case. In the grammar we have got infinitive, then comparative, and then the superlative. Like good, better, best. Good is infinitive. So our life here is infinitive life. Here, how should we live? We should live nice. We should help everybody. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. But I feel like killing myself. Then go and kill your neighbor. Love yourself. Love the neighbor. This goody lifestyle is enough. That is Guhya Shastra. You should help everybody. You should not shout anybody. You should try to not deceive somebody. This is okay. But this is not all. This is Guhya Shastra. Second is Guhyatara Shastra. Say good, better. What is the Guhyatara Shastra? The secret is that whatever we have, good or bad in our present life, is because of our good and bad actions in the last life. Then whatever you will do in this life, accordingly in your next life you will suffer or enjoy. Therefore, two things: stop blaming everybody in this world and be responsible squarely for all the problems of your life. And second thing, now onwards, behave properly so that your next life is corrected. This life becomes a drawing room where we are drawing our own blueprint for the next life. This is the second degree spirituality, Guhyatara. And here they will be talking all the time about the sin and the merit, the hell and the heaven, the last life and this life. This is the only talk they will have. This is the second degree spirituality. And Guhyatama, Bhagavan has used the word, iti Guhyatamam Shastram, the superlative degree. What is the superlative degree? Here and now, come to discover that you are the divine presence. It is not posthumous. After dying, he will go to hell. He will go to heaven. You must have heard one story I read. There was one pastor, one panditji, one mullah, and one truck driver. They go to the heavens. And the Lord comes and calls the truck driver. Truck driver is a Sardarji. Sardarji, tusi ithya. You go to heaven. When this happened, all the three priests, they start becoming angry. Sir, you are doing some mistake, please. He is just a truck driver. We have been advocating you. We have been talking to the world about you, and you don't care for us. He said, look here, when you were giving your sermons, everybody was sleeping. Nobody was listening. When this truck driver is to drive on the road, people used to pray, Lord, oh God, please save us from him. Therefore, he brought really more number of devotees to me than you in churches and the temples. Therefore, he is going to the heaven. This is a KG1 or middle school spirituality, going to hell and heaven. And Guhyatamam, if the truth is discovered now and here, then it is the truth. Then and there, posthumous, it is the solid bluff. See, friends, such people who are hanging around going to hell or heaven, they neither can enjoy this world nor they reach anywhere. See, friends, therefore, iti Guhyatamam Shastram idamuktam maya anagha, hey anagha, O sinless one. What is the sin? The sin is to want to have something in this world. As if the Lord has not given us anything. Our conditions and prayers to the Lord is a direct insult to Him. Like a child who loses his first tooth. Thereafter, where the tongue goes, where the tooth is not. Then the mother tells, don't do that. Otherwise the wrong side, the tooth will come out. Don't do that. But will the child stop? Where the teeth are, there the tongue will not go. Where the tooth is not, there the tongue will go. In the same manner, what the Almighty Lord has given us, that we don't talk even once. What He has not given, that we keep on talking. Ungrateful. This is the sin. Let us recognize His grace. Like the sun cannot give but light, in the same manner, the Lord cannot but shower His grace. Even if we don't recognize His presence, yet He is only blessing us. Only recognition of His blessing is the only way to go beyond all the sins. See, friends. Hey Anagha, O sinless one, hey Arjun, etad buddha buddhiman syat. Only to come to realize this is the real wisdom. Otherwise, it is only erudition and scholarship, trying to create the fear and the guilt among the people. I tell you, those who create fear and guilt among the people, they will never be spared by the Lord. See? And this is the only way we can control the masses, through a remote control of guilt and fear. So to control the masses in millions, the only technique is a remote control. And remote control is installation of a virus called as guilt and fear. Anybody who does that, he will never be spared by the Lord. See, friends. Therefore, etad buddha buddhiman syat. Therefore, any teacher worth his commitment will never create a sense of inferiority or guilt in the heart of the student. Whatever you are, we are accepting you as you are. We don't want to know anything about you. What you are, what you wear, who cares? For us, you are the same divinity coming in a different uniform and presenting and playing the drama of life. See, friends, etar buddha buddhiman syat. And the most important thing is, we look at the world as we look at ourselves. This is another very important principle. When I associate myself with money, I divide the world into poor and rich. When I associate myself with the body, I divide the world into man and woman. If I associate myself with the nation, then I divide the nation, my country and other countries. If I associate myself with a particular religion, then my religion and other religions. See, friends, but when we have discovered ourselves to be this one absolute conscious reality, pulsating and expressing in and through the total animate and inanimate world, when this is discovered, for such a master, there is nobody other. This is the fulfillment in life. See, friends, etar buddha buddhiman syat, kruta krutyascha bharata. Kruta krutyascha means what? There is nothing more to be achieved. Life is fulfilled. When the life is fulfilled and the death comes, we challenge the death. Hey, come on, lady. Death is the feminine gender in the English language. What can I do? See? Come on, lady. Why are you late? I have been waiting for you. Facing the death with a cheer and joy is possible only when we have transcended the death. Friends, it is possible for every one of us. Nay, every one of us living only that conscious existence alone. They are not separate. Even if we don't accept, the truth remains. If a blind person says that there is no sun in the sky, yet the sun continues to shine, in the same manner, an ignorant person says there is no God, yet the truth continues to shine even the ignorance of this person. Etat buddha buddhiman syat kruta krutyascha bharata. Therefore, any wise man has no projects in this world to be achieved. The world is perfect. Here we are to play our role and gracefully get out of this world. Kruta krutyascha bharata. In this manner, the 15th chapter concludes. ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे पुरुषोत्तम योगो नाम पंचदशोऽध्यायः. This is the 15th chapter called as Purushottama Yoga in the form of dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, wherein the Brahma Vidya, the ultimate reality, is revealed along with the techniques of attainment of this in the form of dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. This 15th chapter is thus concluded. Therefore, in this chapter, we have seen the following things. We talk about the world to draw our attention to the absolute reality. We talk about the spiritual practice, nirmana moha jita sanga dosha, so that we become capable, qualified to discover the reality. Then we talk about the individual soul, to come to know individual soul is not an individuality, but the one reality expressing through and in and through everything and being in this world. Then we saw that one God alone is expressing, let it be the distant sun showering light and heat on the creation, or the immediate one who is digesting our food. In and through, there is but one reality which is expressing. And thus, the created world and the enjoyer of the world, the soul, the jiva, etc., both of them are nothing but the same Purusha, and in this manner, he alone is the controller, governor of this world. He who thus discovers the supreme reality as his essential nature, thereafter, there is nothing to be known, there is nothing to be gained. Life attains fulfillment. Friends, we all have worked with a wrong equation. Our equation had been fulfilling the desires will lead to fulfillment in life. This has never happened. See? Till date, how many desires we have fulfilled? One? Hundreds of them. But have we discovered fulfillment in life? Because the equation is wrong. Fulfillment in life is equal to transcending the desires, not fulfilling the desires. Because one desire we fulfill, to fulfill that one desire, 100 others are born. See? Similarly, we fulfill the second desire, another hundreds are born. And as a result, with every fulfillment of desire, hundreds of desires are born, and there is no end to it. It is something like trying to put off the fire by pouring petrol into it. See, Kritakrityascha Bharata, the fulfillment in life is getting freedom from the desires. This way, the truth is revealed to everyone without any discrimination, provided we work on it in a systematic and a proper manner. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.